What is going on, my broskiis? My name is Toadskii, back again, here to bring you guys yet another One Piece Treasure Cruise video, and today we're here to bring you guys a video showcasing Blackbeard. This isn't going to be like a full showcase. I'm sure I'm going to have videos over the coming days and the next week or so showcasing the brand new Blackbeard. He is so much fun to use, and in this video today I've got a very special video where we are going to be taking this exact team you're seeing right here against every single GARP challenge #1 difficulty on One Piece Treasure Cruise Global, because currently obviously there are those Trouble Man missions where you need to clear it with, you know, a color based team. Blackbeard being an int captain, he's able to clear all three of them with the exact same team, with no changes to any character, not even the support characters, not even the ship. Exact same team against all three challenges, which is the video you guys are going to be seeing today. So this is the team composition real quick before we get into that. So with the team here, the only two key support characters that are really useful is Lafitte, which is attached to Blackbeard, and the other one is Guild Tesoro, which is attached to Baccarat. The other three support characters are all stat boosting ones. You don't have to have them on the team. They just chuck in, you know, whatever characters give you the ability to increase their stats, but all of these characters together work in tandem in order to clear all the GARP challenges. So this is really, really awesome, and it's just really great that there are abilities now where we can actually clear these GARP challenges without having to change any teams, which makes it a lot easier every time they get refreshed. Unfortunately, from what I've been seeing and from what people have been saying, these set of GARP challenges will not be resetting in the month of October. So the next time they are going to be resetting is going to be in the 9th of November, I believe, is the official day is when it's going to be reset. Sometime early November, it's going to be resetting. So when it does come back around, if you've already completed it, you can go ahead and try out this team and see how you guys like it. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the video against all the GARP challenges with Blackbeard. So getting into this video, of course, I'm not going to be talking throughout the entire duration of each of these clips that you guys are going to be seeing, but I just want to talk about how each of these teams are able to get through this. So, of course, against the Doflamingo challenge, you are up against, I think her name is Queen, I think it is, on stage 2. So that's where you get despaired for like 4 turns. So this is why Rayleigh is like the best character on this team for Doflamingo challenge #1. But unfortunately for Revolutionary Army and for the Whitebeard challenge, the Rayleigh isn't really that useful in my opinion. The really useful character as well is Shirahoshi Mancherry, which enable us to get a really good amount of heal, because against that stage where there's those 6 enemies, it can be quite overwhelming. So just being able to fully heal is really good. Plus for the final boss stage, we don't need a full board of matching orbs. We're only really doing it just for the heal, because we're just using Blackbeard to be our massive damage dealer. There's no block orbs that really will be encountered throughout the duration of pretty much any of these GARP challenges here. So being able to just use Shirahoshi Mancherry special for the heals, and then whenever we want to do massive burst of attack, we can legitimately just use the special ability of Blackbeard to do a lot of damage. Now against this Rebecca stage, this one I was, you know, contemplating a lot of different things here. I did try out potentially just using the Blackbeard special and seeing, you know, with the Baccarat, with the support Guild Tesoro for a chain lock and just a 2x attack and orb boost with the Blackbeard special. It unfortunately was not enough to kill, which kind of sucks. So I did have to actually use Iron twice to get rid of the defense buff. You know, it is kind of a shame that I had to do it, but it still was able to work out, which was quite good. And then the switch ability of the Shirahoshi Mancherry, you guys will see later on in this video against the Whitebeard challenge, that switch ability is very good, because not only are we able to just, you know, go into the Mancherry form to, you know, enable us to get a matching orb once we switch back into Shirahoshi, so we can kind of just keep generating some matching slots, which is kind of good. So I really, really like that about the character, but her switch ability itself was really good in one of the later GARP challenges, which we'll talk about once we get to it. And then, of course, you know, Baccarat is just really good for removing the paralysis on the Rebecca stage, as you guys would have seen just a minute ago, and then really good after the Bato stage against Treble to remove that paralysis there. Now, this is also something that I really, really liked about using Blackbeard, is the fact that you could actually use his super type special to remove some of the beneficial effects on the enemy. Not only do we get the huge boost as well, because our int characters are attacking a psi enemy. I really didn't think this through. I really should have stalled 1 turn and then used the super type special to make sure that all of my attacks were bypassing the barrier. But I mean, at this point, we had a 3x attack and orb boost with super type with the matching slot. We weren't going to have any issues there against the Bartolomeo. And on this stage here, it's actually kind of nice, because when we use the Baccarat special, it actually does AoE damage as well. So we can literally just use it, remove the paralysis, get rid of the mob characters in the back, and we can just literally stall out a few turns, because Treble does damage every single turn. So it enables us to charge up our Blackbeard specials once again, because for those who don't know, his captain effect for Blackbeard is anytime you take damage, he reduces his own special charge time by 2 turns as a captain. That is so good, especially after his expansion. He goes down to an 8-turn cooldown. Mine currently is not limit of break expanded, so he's on a 9-turn cooldown, but still, once he's at an 8-turn cooldown, he just charges his special so freaking fast, so you can consistently get that to activate, which is great. So this is one of the good strategies that we're using here to ensure that both of our Blackbeards are ready to go on the final stage, so that, you know, we can have one burst turn against Dofi at least, and if we need to do more damage, we can burst again. And plus, we have the Iron special back, so we are able to tank damage from the enemy side of the field as well. The team just works so well against this Garp challenge, but I'll leave you guys with the rest of this clip, and we'll talk once we get to the Revolutionary Army challenge. So against the Revolutionary Army challenge, there wasn't really too many problems with this team actually. Like, the only real stage that I was really worried about was the stage with the Inazuma and the Ivankov, because essentially if you don't kill them in time, you're just going to die. Like Ivankov, I think she blows away your characters, he or she blows away your characters, which is a really big problem, right? So we obviously didn't want that to happen. So, you know, getting to that stage, it's very, very important that you have your Blackbeard specials to deal enough damage. Otherwise, you could literally just do normal attacks, and if you keep getting matching orbs, you can kill them without having to use a special. Also, so this is really another point in time where Shirahoshi Mancherry comes in super duper clutch. So you can see that we have all of these rainbow orbs here, and it's really good because when we move on to the stage after this one with Kuma, we are up against Robin. She changes all of our orbs into bomb orbs, but of course she can't change the rainbow slots, which is perfect. So we can legitimately just keep nearly a full board of matching orbs on our team, and we don't even have to worry. We can kill off all of these characters very, very easily, not a problem at all. And then after this stage was the stage, of course, with the Inazuma and the Ivankov. We also do, I'm pretty sure in this clip, we'll go ahead and use the super type special of Blackbeard to remove the barrier against Morley once we get to it. The stage with Morley and Bello Betty. And the Bello Betty stage is another stage where you can actually take a lot of time, right? Because, you know, in the turns that you're trying to kill Morley, he's got a lot of HP. You know, Bello Betty is attacking you every single turn, so you can continuously charge up your Blackbeard special. So even if you did use your Blackbeard special on the previous stage against Inazuma and Ivankov, with all the damage that you'll take against the Bello Betty, you can just get it back and you'll be able to launch it again if you need the extra damage to take down the Morley, which is fantastic. And then, of course, the one after that is going to be against Karasu and Lindbergh. We're able to just launch a bunch of our specials there. The only special that we really need on the final boss stage is going to be Blackbeard. So we can literally launch every single other special on the Karasu stage so we can get a full heal, which is great. So even though we're burnt on the final stage, we can hit all of our perfects. We don't have to worry. I think I actually hit it great just to ensure, but it actually didn't matter at the end of the day. But, you know, with all the damage that we're able to do with Blackbeard, you know, you just don't really need much else. As long as you're getting around the utility, you're having utility units to get around the debuffs, you know, Blackbeard does the heavy lifting with the damage, which is great. But I'll leave you guys with the rest of this clip, and we'll meet up once again when we can talk about the Whitebeard challenge.
Yeah.
So moving on to the final challenge of the video against the Whitebeard challenge. This particular challenge was actually pretty easy again. Essentially, one thing that we needed to take note of though is we needed to make sure that both Blackbeards were ready by the time we reached the final boss stage, or at least one of them to be ready and then the other one to be very, very close to being ready. One of the really good benefits of this stage is on the final boss stage against Whitebeard and Ace is they apply like a debuff where you take damage every single turn. So if your Blackbeard isn't even ready, you know, you're going to be taking damage from the preemptive attack, and you're also going to be taking damage after the first turn of attacks. So, you know, your Blackbeard can literally be on like, what, a 5-turn cooldown or something, and you'll still have it ready by like turn 2. It's pretty crazy. So, again, it's one of the really cool reasons why Blackbeard is able to do this. Just being able to do so much damage and being able to launch a special so often is just enormous. It is actually enormous. And again, the Megalo ship is a really, really nice addition to this team too, because we're able to use the ship special to lock our orbs, which we are able to heal with Shirahoshi Manchuri and then keep those orbs against the Vista stage, which is quite nice. And that was another example as to why Shirahoshi Manchuri helped out the team a lot, because their switch effect removed some of that special bind. Even though we kind of stalled a little bit there to ensure that our Blackbeard specials were ready to go, it just goes to show that even if you are special binded for an extended period of time, you can use the Shirahoshi Manchuri switch effect to just continuously remove that every single turn while you take damage to charge up Blackbeard again. So it's really nice how the team cycles like that. Ein was a really nice addition to the team too, enabling us to take damage. I think we actually take damage on this stage, so we use one of her specials to block some of that damage, and then we also use it on the following stage against Jozu. So we're able to use the Ein special, which removes 2 turns of defense up and % damage reduction, and then we use the super type special of Blackbeard to remove the last additional turn of the damage reduction and defense up. So that's another really cool application of Blackbeard, is if you are in that situation where you have a character that only removes, like, you know, hypothetically, if it's a 5-turn debuff and you've only got a character that can remove 4 turns of it, you can just use the Blackbeard super type to remove the last turn of it. I really love that specific effect, and it's not an effect that's going to see much play, but when it's used correctly, like, it's such a devastating effect. Literally any positive buff on the enemy side of the field, you can just remove by 1 turn. It's such a very, very powerful effect, but it probably won't see too much play, but in those situations, it's gonna be unlike anything else. And then Barkarad is one of the most key units to be bringing in this fight, because we get given attack down against Kuriel, and then we get given attack down paralysis and the chain coefficient reduction, or the chain lock, sorry, on the Marco and Vista stage, which Barkarad can completely remove. Another really good thing here is Blackbeard has the orb bind reduction with his limit break, so he can completely remove the orb bind that we'll be receiving on the final stage, same as Barkarad and same as Rayleigh, so that's great. We don't even have to worry about, you know, the final stage giving us the effect where we only have essentially like 2 matching orbs. No, we'll have a full board of orbs if we need it, but of course, as long as Blackbeard has the effect to resist slot bind, that's the main thing, because he is our heavy hitter, he is our damage dealer for this team. But I'm going to leave you guys with the rest of this clip. Thank you so much for watching this video today, and if you guys did enjoy it, make sure you go ahead and hit the like button, and if you want to stay up to date with all the content that I post on my channel, including more One Piece Treasure Cruise content, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below. But other than that, guys, I'll see you guys within the next video.